Hello and welcome to Tea Time Chat with Teresa. I'm your host, Teresa. Thanks for joining me for Teresa's TV, where I answer your questions about happiness, life, and success. If you have a question that you would like to submit, please email me at teresa@teresaproctor.com, and I just may answer your question next week on the show. So let's jump right into our viewer's question. It comes from a viewer named Melissa P. And she says, "Hi Teresa, I'm a mother of two beautiful grown children. They are great. I have a good relationship with my husband, and yet always I feel as if something's missing. I'm a very organized person, so it's not about organization. It feels like every time I step out of the house or every time I leave a room, I've forgotten something. I know this sounds silly, but can you help me?" And I think I might be able to help you, Melissa. So let's just jump right into it because this is a big question today. Okay, let's say what's missing. It's a puzzle piece, okay? It's a puzzle piece of your life. And that puzzle piece is a rogue thought. And when that rogue thought comes in, what happens is it changes your perception. And that change in your perception causes you to be really critical of yourself, to attack yourself even, and it creates a lot of self-doubt within you. Just by that little rogue thought coming in, changing your perception. And when you move into self-doubt, criticism, and attack, what happens is you start to feel like you've lost something or you are missing something, you lack something. You can even start to isolate or become needy. You can become very dependent or codependent. And what happens when you start to feel these feelings is that a lot of pain is created. And that can be emotional pain, and if it's been around long enough, it will definitely turn into physical pain. So, depending on where you're at in the process, is what kind of pain it's going to be. So, what do we do about this? Well, that missing rogue piece, that rogue thought, that missing puzzle piece, what that is you. Melissa, you're missing from your own life. You are in search of yourself. You're in search of your own happiness, your own love. And when you're searching for things, what happens is you begin to really struggle. And that may have something to do or not with the organizational piece that you talk about. And when you start to struggle and strive, it's because you feel that something is missing and you're not sure what it is. And you're trying to cover every base that you have by maybe being a little organized. So, not that that's a bad thing, but you just have to look at why you're doing this, okay? Where this is really coming from. And you're still probably going to do it even when you realize it, but you just need to acknowledge that, bring your attention to it. You know, none of this is really hard. It's really simple, and it's very quick, but you have to bring your attention to making the changes. That's all it takes. And where you want to start is that you need to acknowledge that when your perception gets a little tweaked, what happens then is you start to experience fear. And you may even feel like you're not worthy or that you're not enough. And that's all coming from that one rogue thought that came in to change your perception. So let's change your perception again. You know, there are sacred places all around the world, right? So, for instance, some people find Sedona, Arizona very sacred. Some people find the Grand Canyon very sacred. Some people find the mountains, whether it be the Himalayas, the Colorados, or whatever, mountains to be very sacred. There are sacred places around the world, no doubt about it. But did you know that the number one sacred place you have access to right now, everyone has access to the number one most sacred place right now, and that is in your heart. That is your most sacred place, where the energy is the highest, if you will. Imagine what you really want to have in your life. Imagine who you really want to be and how you want to feel. Can you imagine what it feels like to have that missing puzzle piece filled? That space filled within you? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if that space was filled? What would you see then? What would you feel then? That's the big question, isn't it? And one of the things that can help you to get there is by keeping a gratitude journal, or by meditating on gratitude, or praying on gratitude. Because what gratitude does, it brings you back into that sacred moment. And it is a sacred moment when you experience gratitude. So that's one of the exercises I would invite you to do, is to bring your imagination into who you would be when that missing puzzle piece is filled, and write about it. And then the second exercise I would invite you to do is to keep a gratitude journal, or meditate on gratitude, or pray about gratitude. And I'm not really necessarily talking about gratitude in the sense that I'm grateful for my house, or I'm grateful for my car, something like that. It's bigger than that. It's a bigger picture of gratitude. It's something that's more personal than a car or a house. So, for instance, I'm grateful to have, you said you had a good relationship with your husband. I'm grateful that my husband accepts me for who I am and loves me for who I am. And I want to be able to do the same thing, to accept myself and to love myself the way that he does. That's one of the things that you could write about as far as gratitude goes, and as far as what your imagination could create. So there's two exercises right there. You know, when you begin to really find that missing puzzle piece, how are you going to know? Well, I'm going to tell you how you're going to know. Because you're going to feel inspired. You're going to connect to that inner wisdom that you have. You're going to feel that love that you have for yourself, that self-acceptance, that happiness for you and who you are, and to realize what a gift you are to the world, and what you've come here to share with everyone is you, yourself. And lastly, you're going to experience unbelievable joy. And all of this is going to happen because you're no longer putting up that resistance. You're willing to really see yourself for the gift you are in that sacred moment of gratitude. Powerful. Really, really powerful, right? Yeah. You have to remember, too, that happiness and self-acceptance and love, I kind of grouped them all together in one lump sum, is a journey. It's a journey that you view from a distance, that you're constantly going on. You're never going to reach the end of it until you're in the grave. So you're never going to end this journey. And that's the fun part, because we're constantly given the opportunities to learn, to explore, to grow, to move forward, to connect to who we really are at a deeper and deeper level, and to accept ourselves. So the goal here is, I guess, would be to find that missing puzzle piece, to start accepting yourself and loving yourself, Melissa, because you're the missing piece in your life. So I hope that this was really helpful for you, Melissa, and I hope it answered your questions. If you need more help, please email me and we'll talk some more about this. And if you have any questions, please email me at teresa@teresaproctor.com, and I will try to answer your questions about happiness, life, and success. If you like this video, please click it below. Please share it with your family, with your friends. It really helps me out. And if you have any questions, please email me. You know my email address. And you can always go and check out my website, because I'm going to be having a Happiness Now formula class very, very soon that will be for free. And I'll have a surprise at the end of it. So please click this video, and until we meet again, hey, smile, because the world smiles with you. Bye-bye.